You're watching Extras from the Extension on Eagle Community Television.
This is Susan Schlichting with K-State Research and Extension and Extras from the Extension. Today I want to talk to you about a number of upcoming project learning opportunities that we have for our 4-Hers and youth in our area. We have got a number of things, exciting things that are happening in Ellis County 4-H right now. There are project learning workshops going on from the dog trainings that are happening on Sunday afternoons to robotics and rocketry and other kinds of technology types programs that are coming up, and we'd like to encourage you to come and get involved and see what 4-H has to offer. The dog training program has gotten started in January, but it's not too late to come and be a part of that. They are working on showmanship and obedience and basic skills that dogs need to have if they're going to go into a show ring. But they're also going to be working in the next few months over the agility part of the dog program, which is a new thing for Ellis County 4-H, and we're very excited to have the opportunity for kids to take their dogs and teach them some things about how to go through jumps or go through tunnels, climb up teeter-totters, and to be able to have the trust in their handler to be able to do those kinds of obstacles. And we're excited to have that opportunity and something new within our program. So if you've got a dog and it's a year old or so and you're looking for a place to get started training it, this would be a great opportunity. We also have a project leader that's working with entomology students and helping kids to learn about how to go out and collect insects and how to properly preserve them and then display them for an exhibit or a box. They have to carefully pin the bugs as they dry, to preserve their wings in a certain way, their legs in a certain way and such. And they also need to understand what the scientific name of those insects are. And so the kids are learning a lot of different skills through the process of going out and not just having fun collecting unique insects, but also being able to take them and to do something with them and help expand their knowledge about insects. We have a knitting group that will be getting started very soon, and they will be teaching kids the basics of how to knit. And so if you have that kind of an interest, there's a group that's getting going with that. We've got a group that's working with photography skills, and there will be a day camp again this summer teaching kids about how to use a basic digital camera and then all the different fun, funky techniques that you can use as you use that camera to create interesting photos that people want to see. So you see, we have lots of things going on in those different areas. We also have our Tech Saturdays that are coming up in February, March, and April. And those are once a month activities over at the Ellis Library in their makerspace, where we'll be working with different kinds of technologies and things like programming, different programming languages and how to use those for your projects. Also, how to take old computers and take them apart and reuse parts for other things. And so taking a look at some kinds of different things that we haven't worked on in 4-H, but computers is a new and emerging project area for us. And so we're excited to have that opportunity. We also have an event we're calling Super 4-H Saturday on March 11th, and that is a day full of learning experiences. We have what we call judging contests, which are contests to help kids to practice their decision-making skills. And we have 6 different contests in that program, starting in the morning at 9:30 in Albertson Hall on campus. There will be crops, and there will be horticulture, and photography and life skills and entomology, where the kids go in and they have maybe a table full of different insects and they have to identify which are these insects, what are their names, or there are a number of different plant samples from leaves and branches to seeds and flowers from different kinds of plants. And the kids have to identify those within the horticulture contest. They also get to take a look at multiple examples, 4 examples of maybe a certain house plant, and they have to decide which is the best and which maybe is the worst in that lot of 4 examples, and think about how they would decide how to rank those. There are then in the afternoon, there's a livestock judging contest, which does a similar kind of thing with livestock species and ranking them from the best to the worst of four animals of the same kind of animal. And so it gives kids a chance to practice making decisions. And then in the livestock contest, they actually have to in the older divisions give oral reasons, so they have to stand up in front of someone and justify why they chose the ranking that they chose, and to talk about the positive things about each type of animal that they looked at and how those might make sense to them. So they get some communication skill practice. They also get some decision-making practice through that competition. During the morning on Super Saturday, we'll have those judging contests going on, but we also have our county meat goat project leader, Jeff Neer, is going to be doing a workshop on caring for meat goats and selecting meat goats and showmanship of meat goats. So just some kind of general overviews. If you've thought about getting into the meat goat project, but you really weren't sure where to start, Jeff's got some great help for you, and that will be held at Albertson Hall along with the other judging contests. So there's lots going on that morning. That afternoon, then, there are project workshops like entomology and photography. There's going to be a denim recycling workshop and one on junk drawer robots to go along with the different activities for the day. So if you're not into livestock judging and you want to come out and check those things out, those workshops will be available. We do ask that people pre-register for the workshops, and we're encouraging people to pre-register for livestock judging because there's so many kids that come to livestock judging that it takes a while to process all the paperwork. So if we can have you help out and pre-register, that will help us facilitate getting people checked in quicker. The workshops, most of them have no fees attached. It's just a matter of we need to know how much material to have. So if you can pre-register for those things by March 10th, that will help, or March 3rd, that will help us to be prepared for you on March 11th. During that day also, 4-H leaders from across the region are being invited to come together and to do some sharing of their projects and their activities that they're doing in their individual clubs, so that they can help each other learn and maybe get some new ideas and some new energy. If you're thinking, now what do I do in my 4-H club? We've done the same thing for the last few years. What can we do differently? That group will be meeting from 10 to 3 out at the Ag Research Center, and they should have a lively and entertaining time getting to share with each other from across the state. So we encourage you to come and be involved in that as well. So you can see there's lots going on right now with Ellis County 4-H. If you would like more information about any of these things that I've talked about today, go to our website, ellis.ksu.edu, and on the front 4-H page, you will see a whole listing on the right-hand side of the page of all of these different workshops and activities and opportunities that are there for your youth to be involved in. It will either give you the dates, and if it just gives you the dates and the times, that means there's no pre-registration, just come and join us. If it gives you a link to a flyer, that will tell you that you probably need to pre-register and come and be prepared to get involved. Finally, our last thing I want to highlight for right now is March 5th. We have our 4-H Day workshop coming up in Victoria, and that is our communication skill building day, where kids come in and they give presentations about the things they're learning in their projects. They may give a speech, they may give a reading on some of their favorite books and just take an excerpt and orally interpret that reading. They may do dance or a skit about what 4-H means to their club or something like that. Their music entries and all sorts of things going on. And the public's invited to come out and check it out. You can come and see kids in action and understand the kinds of really cool things they're learning in 4-H and the skills that they're building in communication around that activity called 4-H Day. And so that'll be on Sunday, March 5th in the afternoon at the Victoria Elementary School, and we'd love to have you come out and join us. So you can see we've got lots going on. We'd love to have you come out and see what's going on with 4-H. Come and join us and get involved in some of the great opportunities to learn as a youth and as a family through the 4-H program. And if you want more information, just stop by our website and check it out, or give our office a call. This has been Susan Schlichting with K-State Research and Extension and Extras from the Extension.
You're watching Extras from the Extension on Eagle Community Television.